Hi there, welcome to my garden here in mid-Michigan in the fall. I'm going to be doing some planting today. I got some super cheap perennials and shrubs the other day at Countryside Greenhouse, and it was their big end of the season sale. A lot of times in Michigan or areas where I'm at, I'm in a zone 4 or 5, the garden centers completely shut down for the winter season. And there's usually, depending on the garden center and what they do, I mean some garden centers do like Christmas stuff and Christmas trees or wreaths or Christmas arrangements, poinsettias, things like that. But then other garden centers just strictly do, you know, like trees, shrubs, perennials, annuals, shut down for the winter season. And then maybe, I don't know, depending on when they start planting their annuals and product for the upcoming season, they might start planting in January, February, or something like that. So there's a couple of months in there where they're literally just kind of shut down. And before that happens, they usually do a huge sale, like end of the season clearance sale, and you can get plants for really cheap. And so I was able to do that at one of our greenhouses here, and I got several plants on sale. And so we're going to plant some of them today. So I'm going to plant ones I know for sure where I want to put them. One of them is a lemony lace elderberry. So I just watered all these up, but this is a lemony lace elderberry, and this is pretty much all it does. It just gets these really beautiful chartreuse, green, yellow, whatever you want to call it, leaves or foliage on it, and it's just really beautiful. I bought 2 of these in the past and I killed them. I killed the first one and I was like, oof, it's probably my fault, let me try it again. Killed that one. But guys, I love these ones so much, and that's not like me to kill something twice and then buy another one, but I did. I was like, I'm gonna try one more time. So I planted this one in the full sun, this not this one, but a different one that I have, and it's come back now 2 seasons and it's doing fairly well. So I was like, okay, I think I figured it out. I think I need to put it in the full sun, and up in Lollipop Lane it must like those conditions a little bit better. So I got another one and I'm gonna put it up in what I call Lollipop Lane. So I'll plant this today. Whoopsie, here's the tag on that. It was $40 and I got it for $10. And this is huge. I don't even know. It's like a 3-gallon pot. It's massive. So anyway, they're really heavy because I just watered them. I have a few, actually I have 4 Holy Grail hibiscus. They have the like deep bronzy kind of brownish reddish leaves, and then they get this really beautiful bold dark red bloom on them, and it's like the dinner plate hibiscus. And I have 4 of them and I want one more. So I'm gonna plant this one. This is the Summerific Holy Grail hibiscus, and here's the tag on this Holy Grail hibiscus, and this was $5. Originally, I don't even know, probably at least 20 bucks. So we'll plant this, and it is, like I said, the fall, so the leaves are already starting to change on this, but this will have the dark foliage on it. What is this? Thalictrum. And then I did get these, they're called Thalictrum, and I think I'm saying that right. Here's the tag, Cotton Candy Thalictrum. These are only $3 a piece, and that one is blooming. I thought it was so pretty. And it says this can go in full sun to part sun. So I thought about trying it somewhere in Lollipop Lane. I don't know, it might be kind of cool. Typically I like to plant in odd numbers. I just think it's more pleasing to the eye, I guess. With that said, I also plant like just one plant somewhere and just have it stand alone, especially if I'm just trying something for the first time. So I do have 3 of these, and I thought maybe I'll plant like one in full sun, one in part sun, and one somewhere else instead of putting all 3 of them together. So I could just plant one of these up in Lollipop Lane, we'll see. Oh, and then one more thing I want to plant. This is a new one right here for me. It's called Angels, Bells, Campanula. And it's really pretty. I loved that white fluffy bloom there. And it's like super sturdy and bouncy. I think it's so cute. So anyway, this one is a new one for me, and it says full sun. So this will go up in Lollipop Lane too. Just want to make sure. Okay, so height 14 to 18 inches, high, spacing 16 inches. It blooms late spring to late summer. So we'll get this planted up in Lollipop Lane as well and see how it does. This is the only one I got of this, and I got it for $3. So I got all these watered already. Let's just grab a couple of them, head up to the Lollipop Lane and start planting. This is Lollipop Lane, and I think this is maybe the third summer I've had this garden bed in, like the third full summer. Like 3 summers ago I put it in, so it had like 2 full years. So I've gradually been adding to it and just kind of seeing what works and what doesn't. This area is very wet. This is kind of a lower spot in here, so anytime we get like a significant amount of rain, it really pools in this area. So it's been kind of a challenge figuring out what works and what doesn't, but it's also been kind of fun. So anyway, I have right here, a lemony lace elderberry up here, and this is the one that has survived my 3rd time's a charm elderberry. And of course it's, you know, losing its foliage. It's deciduous, so it will lose its foliage. The one I have is right there, and I thought it'd be really cool to put another one kind of down here. And right here I thought would be a really nice spot in that area. I have a blue point juniper there. This is a tough stuff hydrangea. This is a little blue star juniper, lollipop. Those are just some zinnia that are annual that will come out. So I thought it might be cool to put one right in there. So I'll put that there. And then, okay, I'm actually out here a few mornings later. I got out here and one of my neighbors was already kind of mowing their lawn, and then another neighbor started mowing their lawn. It's like really early, so I literally just drank my coffee. I don't have like full sentences that I can complete yet because it's so early. So I apologize if I'm talking weird, but anyway, I got out here and my neighbors also decided to come out and do a bunch of fun, noisy things. So I was like, you know what, I'll just go back inside and we'll do this another day. So anyway, we're out here a few mornings later, and I got my things placed. I can't really remember where we left off, but I'm going to put my hibiscus right there. And that way I'll have like a hibiscus there, 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 and there. So it kind of frames the whole Lollipop Lane and then down into the gully. And then I'm going to put my lemony lace right here. I thought it'd look really cool, that like chartreuse yellowy color next to the blue juniper, and then I've got like a red tough stuff hydrangea down there. And then I was thinking, I actually went and got the other 2 of these Thalictrum. I think I'm saying that right. And I thought they look really pretty down here in a row, all 3 of them. And it says they can do full sun, but prefer a little bit of shade, part shade. And I find that when a plant says that, in my zone 4 or 5 in mid-Michigan, it actually prefers more sun than shade. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put all 3 of them up here together next to these purple knockout salvia, and I think it'll be a nice contrast of color and foliage. So we'll get them all up here. If you guys know me, you know that if I don't like it, I'll move it. It's no big deal. But I like to try things out. So we're gonna do that, and then I was gonna put that little Angel Bells salvia there, or was it salvia? No, Campanula, right down there in between these 2 heuchera, because I just have the one. So let's get them planted. We've been so blessed this year. We just had a really nice, warm, abnormally warm, some people might say too warm, summer. And I mean, there were times when I'm just like, whew. I'm not like a big sweater. I don't sweat a lot. It takes a lot to get me to sweat. And I was like sweating just like standing outside. So it was pretty hot. But then we had the most beautiful fall. We're having the most beautiful fall, like tons and tons of sunny days, warm weather. September was like really, really warm. And then September, October is just like, you know, it cooled down a little bit, but it's still really, really nice and warm and super sunny. We've just been having so much sun here in Michigan. And normally we're on like the chart for one of the least sunny days, or our state has like the least amount of sunny days on the top 10 list or something like that. So I'm like, man, I don't know about that this year. We're really stepping up our game here. So we'll see. Once we get into, you know, November and December, it might be a different story, but I'm just counting my blessings. And I did water these up really good. And this section up here is a pretty hair in my mouth. This section up here is a pretty wet area, so I'm just gonna, I don't want to water them too much, but you do want to keep them watered because the cold will come in and make them suffer if they're not watered good enough. But these are pretty well watered right now. And then since these are new plants, I might come in the springtime and put some fertilizer on them. I don't typically fertilize, but I do like to just give them a good head start. I'm not going to do that right now, but in the springtime I probably will. And I got these for $5. I don't know if I told you that. I can't remember. Or this. I got this plant for $5. Alright, there's that. I'll show you the tag. I didn't already. I might have already showed you. I think I already showed you. Yeah. And I know what this is, but I'm still going to stick it in there just in case. Alright. Move on. These are just the Queenie something mix. Queenie lime mix, I think. Zinnia, so those will be either pulled out or I'll just let them die back and maybe self-seed. I don't know. I do want to save some of the seeds. I like to plant stuff in here a little bit raised up because of how wet it is.
Took the long way around to Montgomery. Thought I'd stay for a while and visit King. Spend my days rearing crappie on the Thalictrum. Spend my nights trying to drink away my sins. Said I do, and I don't, for the third time. Now my baby girl won't even speak my name. And I've been wanted by the law in Coleman County. You can wash out the dirt, but not the memory. Well, my mama thinks I make lots of money. She said if Daddy was still around, he'd be so proud. But I spent my last dollar on a game of Texas Hold'em and told that bartender pour me another round. Say the road to hell is paved with good intention. Shame the devil with the truth, maybe that's a lie. 'Cause I've been out here just searching for redemption, but I'm far gone as the Alabama sky. I'm far gone as the Alabama sky. Took the long way around to Montgomery.
That is gonna look really pretty. We'll see how they do. We kind of planted them all in this little section. So we got the Thalictrum, the Campanula, the Hibiscus, and then the lemony lace to add. And then I was out here the other day and I remember that I really wanted to move these three coneflower, echinacea. Coneflower. So I want to dig those up. There's three of them there and they're really, really pretty. They have like tall, sturdy, like maroon stems with a deep magenta bloom. So I'm going to cut these back and move them. I have like a bunch of coneflower over here that just kind of, a lot of it I planted and then a lot of it just volunteers in here. However, I kind of don't really need to plant it on purpose anymore in there because it just volunteers so much. So I'm trying to think of where I could put it. I know some of you prefer me to figure this stuff out before I start filming, but then I know a lot of you appreciate the thought process because I think a lot of us are more alike, where gardening is like, sometimes you don't really have a plan for anything. You just kind of have to do it as it is and see what works, and that's kind of the fun of it. So I don't always have a plan for everything, and here I go. Now as I step back and kind of look at it, I know that I planted coneflower here this like late summer, and then I've got a nice chunk of the daisy right here, Daisy May, so that will be pretty. And then maybe it would be cool to put I kind of just put annuals in this little spot right here, and there is a nice little open chunk, so maybe it would be pretty to put those right there in front of these hibiscus, because I might end up moving that hibiscus anyway at some point. We'll see how it does this year since I trimmed that tree up. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just bump them from there to right there. I normally would leave the seed heads on all these because, for one, the birds like to eat them, and then I think it also promotes them to self-seed for the next season. However, I do notice there's quite a few like grassy weeds in here, and like that clover looking weed. I know it's not clover, but it's got like the clovery leaves on it. That is in here, and then there's like some like sucker walnut trees that grow up in here, and so I want to make sure to not dig those up and transplant them with the coneflower. So this is gonna help me decipher what I'm digging up and moving, because I am constantly pulling weeds out of this little section in here. Okay, so I got those 3 plants. Yeah, see, there's all these little weeds in here that grow up into these plants. And then this will kind of give that, oh, that already looks better, giving that cute little, what did they call that at the store? Pom-pom? I think it was a pom-pom topiary. It's got the 2 little pom-poms, I guess, like a little cheerleader. Okay, so that will open that area up right there, and maybe even I could get some more mahogany monster, this heuchera, and plant it here. That might look pretty. Or the lady's mantle. I could kind of like mirror both sides. That'd be sweet if I got a little strip of lady's mantle in here. Maybe I'll do that. I like that idea. All right, let's get these dug up. Shake off some of the soil. Look at the root system on that. I could split that into tons of different little plants. A lot smaller. See, that one just already split on its own. Could just put one big clump of it. So I ended up planting the like medium-sized clump here with the little ones. This was the little one, and it wasn't that nice of a clump, I guess. This one is really nice, so I think I am actually gonna split this one and make this one into 2. I'll show you guys how I do that. I don't have my knife on me. So we're just going to shove my shovel into the center. Hope that we get a good clean cut. Whoops. Yep, get that. So this clump is actually nicer than the like 3rd little one that we dug out. So I'm just gonna kind of do like this. There is a little keeper right here, but it's not really doing much. So I literally just pulled it out, move it over. There, so we'll do that. Hopefully you can still see this. So I wanted to show you guys how easy it is to split coneflower too, if you've never tried it before. Well, I do hosta all the time, but there's actually a lot of plants that you can split. Gotta be careful with the water line. That might be it. Oh no, it's a root. Yeah, see this? You can see we split it right down the middle. And it's just fine. Can you see where I'm planting? Yeah, okay. Now these I'll probably get some water on. Oh, there's another keeper. Or is that the same one? Yeah. Same one. Yeah, I'm gonna get some water on these. And then we'll be done. Okay, I have no idea if this is gonna work or not, but I gathered all the coneflower that I cut, and I'm just gonna, instead of throwing it into like a dump pile, I'm gonna throw it over on this section over here and hope that the seeds seed themselves. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe not, maybe it will, but it's worth a try. So I'm literally just gonna, where do I want it? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna put some there and some in there. While I'm here, I remember there is a phlox that grew this year right in the middle, well, not in the middle, but in kind of inside that hosta. So you can see it right there, I think. I'm gonna dig that up and transplant that while we're here. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, it's really pretty. It just grew right in the middle of that hosta, kind of. So we'll get it. Oh, that just split into 2 also. So, honestly, I might move. I feel like that one, I might move that one too. I didn't like how close it was to that hosta. Hopefully these survive. Let's try them in that section where I can't get stuff to grow and just see what happens. Might as well. But okay, yeah, I'm just gonna throw some of those phlox in here and test it out. I had some volunteer, what do you call it, celosia in there, and then also cleome, and it did fairly well. I also have allium bulbs that pop up in the spring, but let's try the phlox. I've never tried that before. There we go. actually gonna split them up. They're already splitting, and I don't know if you can see that, but they have like new growth already coming up. So they are alive, but this was one plant and it naturally split up. So this is another reason to do some fun stuff like this in the fall. These plants will have a much better success rate planting right now while it's cooler temperatures than in the heat of the summer. Well, that was a ton of fun. I got some things planted. I got outside, some fresh air, got to be in the sunshine. It's probably like, I don't know, 8:30, 9 o'clock by now. So anyway, I got to get back inside and get some things done, but it was really fun to knock a couple things off my list too, like moving those phlox. I was looking at those all summer. I'm like, they're so beautiful and they bloom for so long, so I didn't want to move them. Same thing with the coneflower. They were just so beautiful all, summer long. I was like, well, just wait it out, be patient, and let them do their thing, and then move them when the time's right. So I was excited to check those off the list. I'm also excited to get down here and plant a bunch of my other things. I am gonna try to get them all planted and really, try to imagine where I want them all. I got the Brennera, I got some fern. What else do I got or have? I have some other things. So I'm gonna try to get them all planted before the winter comes. If not, I'm going to overwinter them, and I know a couple of you asked what I mean by that. All that means is I'm going to clean out my raised flower beds, and I'm gonna plant my perennials in my raised flower beds, mulch them really good, maybe with some leaves. You can see I got plenty of leaves to go around, and they will just basically grow there or they'll basically live there over the winter until I'm ready to plant them next spring. It's not like I'm doing any sort of crazy process. Instead of planting them in my garden, I'm just planting them in the raised flower beds to hold them in a spot until I want to find their semi-permanent home. So anyway, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day and you're out there still planting. I know some of you are even having a lot nicer weather than I am even having here in Michigan, which is amazing. So anyway, hope that you're enjoying your days and your nights, evenings, mornings, and I will see you hopefully next time if you are available to hang out. So have a wonderful day, and we'll see you then.